Tamara Lunger urodziła się w Bolzano w 1986 roku. Najpierw była lekkoatletką, dwukrotną wicemistrzynią Włoch w rzucie dyskiem. Potem uprawiała skialpinizm, dwukrotnie zdobywając Mistrzostwo Włoch oraz w 2008 roku zostając mistrzynią świata. Szybko jednak zdecydowała się na rozpoczęcie przygody z himalaizmem. W 2010 roku, jako najmłodsza wspinaczka w historii, wspięła się na swój pierwszy ośmiotysięcznik Lotse. Miała wówczas niespełna 24 lata. W 2014 roku weszła bez użycia dodatkowego tlenu na K2. Stanęła na tym szczycie, na tym najtrudniejszym ośmiotysięczniku, jako druga Włoszka w historii. Wspięła się również m.in. na Chooju, Chantengri, szczyt Lenina, Island Peak, Kanchenjungę i Kanglemu. Podjęła się też próby zdobycia Broad Peaku, Manaslu i Nanga Parbat. Została partnerką wspinaczkową słynnego włoskiego himalaisty Simona Moro. Kobieta, która niejednokrotnie pokazała, że ma w sobie niezwykłą siłę i determinację.
Okay, so the first question is alpinism, mountaineering, climbing, ski alpinism, ultra trail running. It's many things like that which you do in your life. In which discipline you feel the best? Which discipline do you enjoy the most?
So this is really changing because until 2009, I felt so good in ski mountaineering, and already in summer, I was thinking about how it will be again in winter to put on the skis to go up the mountains. And this for me was just the best to do ski mountaineering. Then of course it was the high altitude, and some things happen and then some things inside me are changing, and this is really strange, or maybe also normal, I don't know. So for example, after K2 winter expedition last winter, I changed in my love to the high mountains. So right now, I can tell you, today was the first day again where I did meditation, and I thought, maybe I need to go back to an 8,000 meter peak.
Yeah, that's the sign.
Yeah, it was really crazy because, I was also sad because for me, high altitude mountaineering was everything. And I felt so good in the situation on the mountain. I felt strong. I felt always happy, and so there was nothing wrong. And after K2, of course, with all these experiences, things inside me changed a lot. I was down a lot, and I was very sad at the beginning, only crying. And then when I returned in summer, I was just trekking to the base camp, and I watched up, and for me was no more the same. So those mountains were not calling me anymore, and so I was really sad. But I said, okay, this is the actual how it is, and I just need to accept it. I don't know exactly. I cannot do like genie and tomorrow is again the same like before. But
okay, so I thought that the mountaineering is your favorite discipline, you enjoy the most.
Maybe ski mountaineering. Yeah.
Okay.
Because running for me was more I need to prove myself that I can run this. When I was doing athletics, I had a lot of knee pain. I still have some, but I said, once I'm more or less okay, I will do these races, and I completely loved them, even if I had a lot of pain. But this was the proof to myself. And I'm a little bit a masochist,
I thought that about that because I found many interviews with you, and I definitely thought about that.
Yeah, but it's becoming a bit better, you know. With the older I get, the wiser I am.
Yeah, and you know the Himalayas are the highest and the more dangerous mountain and sports discipline. So I thought that you will always go for 8,000 meter and to check how it will be. So.
But there is really different. So when I trained here for the races and so on, I really suffered a lot in my body. I always thought my brain is too strong for my body, and why this body is not working well, you know? So I was quite upset with my body all the time, and I said to me, I will show you that my head is stronger. So I was training like crazy, and sometimes I was crying, you know, because I had so much pain. But with a high altitude mountaineering is not like this, because you need to acclimatize well. So already the start is slower than in a real competition, and you need to do every step really concentrated, like the style I have with the small team and so on. So you're responsible for all your expedition, every step you do. And so I never killed myself, because of course everything is slower, and is completely a different way of living the sport. I loved it so much, or I love it so much, because you know exactly what you're able to do. I always try to listen to my intention and to know exactly where is my limit. And this was one of the hardest challenges, maybe, because, you know, sometimes you really want it, and then you need to know when there is the stop, you know. And yeah.
Yeah, because I found some information that in 2018, your doctor said that you are a man, not a woman. And if you aren't a woman, he will give you 1 year of life. And what was it about? What did he mean? Can you explain that?
Yeah, so this was I went on expedition with Simone Moro Gasherbrum in winter 2 years ago now. And we did this expedition. We worked hard. We were just the two of us with 2 cameramen, but they always stood down and they never went to the glacier. One time, one guy went up and he said, no, this is enough. So we worked hard to open this route to Camp 1, but it was really complicated, a lot of seracs, a lot of crevasses and so on. And then we had this crevasse fall of Simone, and where I was really the situation was really complicated, because I wanted to secure him, and exactly in the moment where I wanted to put in the knot in my carabiner, he fell down. So my thumb was catched by the rope, and I flew in like Superwoman in the air, and then I stopped at the edge of the crevasse. And so it was really I said, I need to be strong now, otherwise I fall down and we're both gone, you know. So I had so much pain because he was hanging on my finger, and so yeah, I tried my best. At the end, we managed it to come out, and we went down. I had no more sensibility on my hand, and we decided to go home. And I, you know, because of this fall and everything, I had back pain, I had pain in my arms and so on. So I went to my guru. It was not a doctor, it was a guru, and he's always hurting me a lot. And I was like on the bed, and he was like making some treatment, and there was this woman, and the woman said to me, "You're completely a man," you know, like my way of being. And she said, if you are not accepting your the woman in you, I give you 1 more year to live, because you can't stay in the masculine energy, because you will die in the things you do. And then I went home. I was not afraid or shocked. So I went home and I was reflecting. And then I thought about this expedition with Simone. And I thought, oh my God, it's really true. I was behaving like the man and he like the woman. So he was always accepting everything, very calm, very, like the strength of a woman. And me, I was always, we need to go up, we need to reach this camp, we need to do, like, always pushing. And also the day when we had the accident, he said to me, I don't know, maybe it's not a good idea to go up. And I said, why, Simona? We have good weather now for 2 days. We need we need to work as much as we can, you know. And then he said, yeah, okay, if you want. So we went up, and when he came out of the hold, he said, but one thing, if another time I have again these feelings that we should not go, we really should not go. And I said, maybe you're right.
So you are the strongest person, and the more pressure.
Yeah, I because I think the woman, they are able to enjoy the way, you know, not only the goal.
Yeah.
And for me was always, I need to go, I want to go up, I want to go up. And so I was too much pushing everything. And I was maybe not doing it with love and peace, but too much, too hard, I think. And then I said, okay, now my goal is to become a woman inside.
Oh, good idea.
And then a long process started, and a lot of meditation and so on and so on and so on. Also to listen to the intuition and to all these things, you know, to accept, to be in peace. And then when I went to K2 in winter, for me, the biggest goal was to feel my limit and to hear my intuition and to listen and to have faith in my intuition.
And not cross the line.
Yeah. And then I had several moments in the base camp where I clearly understood that now I have it. Now I'm really operating like this woman with this big intuition. And I was able to make my own small world. And even though the base camp was getting nervous and stressed because there was the summit push and so on, I was able to keep my peace. And this for me was the victory. Okay. And so I said, or I understood that in this expedition, I have this strength, and I was really happy about this. And then, yeah, we went up, but I said, I will just go as far as I feel I need to go, or I can go.
And now you are living like a woman.
I try.
Okay, that's really a good idea to choose your gender. Yeah, inside, of course. Okay, but which previous challenge was the most difficult for you? Because you were very high. You were on K2, Manaslu, Nangapar, but Lhotse, when you were very young. So which challenge was the most difficult for you?
Maybe like difficult. It was Nanga Parbat.
Because of the health and
yeah, because from the last camp to the top, I was really pushing like in a race, and I just puked. I was not able to drink, not to eat, and I just collected all my power to do the next step every time. And then I understood, no, I cannot go on. I had one sentence coming in my head, and this sentence was, if you're going to the top now, you will never reach home again. And this was so strong that I knew I need to go down. But every expedition had its teaching, you know, like, for example, the first one, Lhotse, was also really hard because it was my first. I had no experience. So I went up. It was so cold. I thought how cold I can become or I can get, because I don't know this limit of the cold, you know. When is the moment when you lose your fingers or your toes? I didn't know. So I was a little bit afraid, and Simone at that time told me, you need to take oxygen because you never know how you react. So it's better to have a backup. So I was thinking, what should I do? I don't want to use oxygen. I don't want to use oxygen. At the end, okay, I take this oxygen. But I was so stubborn that I just put 1 liter per minute. So this is really nothing. Whenever I needed to breathe a lot, I needed to do like. So for me, what a good thing was that I was more focused on this mask than not on my cold toes. And whenever I came up towards the top where it was sunny, then I said, okay, I don't need the mask anymore. So I went up, and that's why I was so pissed, because I said I should have done it without oxygen. And then I went down, and I drank really, really few. And I was completely exhausted. And then we needed to do another night in Camp 2 because it was late. And then the day after was again ½ meter of snow. And then I came down, like there was a group and they were waiting, their team members. And I came down and they said, you look like you're thirsty.
For
and
sure.
I said, yes, please. And they gave me some drink. And after I lost a lot of memory because I was so, I didn't drink enough the last 40 hours. And I really lost a lot of brain cells. So I spoke with people, and 5 minutes after, I didn't know with whom I spoke or about what I spoke. So it was really, oh my God, I'm losing my brain right now. And I was afraid, you know, because I hope, please come back, please come back. And then it took some months and it came back. But also this was really, oh my God.
But you really have to like it if you came back all the time. That's why I want to ask you, what is the most important thing for you in the mountain with climbing, mountaineering? Why you always want to come back there after that dangerous situations, of course?
This is a good question. Yeah, because I just right now I would not go. Like if somebody would say, let's go in summer, I think this is still too early, but maybe after, who knows. But the previous years was always, I felt like I was nearly born for this. I really felt in my circumstances, I felt where I want to be. I never thought even 1 second why I'm doing this or why I'm here. I'm cold, I want to be home or whatever. Never something like this happened. I always felt at the right time. And, you know, and also if something bad happens, after maybe you sleep or maybe you have also, you look in the eyes, the death, and this is also intense. And after you come back and you, after some time, I feel so grateful because I was able to live so many intense moments. When I'm speaking about my experiences, my expedition, like telling stories, sometimes I realize, oh my God, I'm really a lucky woman because I had so many different experiences with different people. And what is this which is making me so attached, maybe, or so, how you say, yeah, which is taking me so much, maybe is this intensity. Not only the good things, because if you climb an 8,000-meter peak and you fly home in this airplane, you feel like, oh my God, you feel like this is the maximum for me personally. And if you have something bad, then you need to learn how to deal with this. So it's a big teaching to you. It's of course it's a long-term thing. You need to work on it. It's not like a summit. It's much longer, but you learn much more. And so I'm really grateful for the intensity.
Yeah, because and there aren't a pleasure situation. Never. There are always something wrong, like weather, like winter, like death, like you said. There are no pleasure, no place for pleasure. So so it's very interesting that you always want to back there and go higher and higher and reach the top. And maybe not the top, but the way is important. Yeah. Maybe not the top, but the way is important. Of course, you can learn more about yourself probably, but it's always difficult adventure.
Yeah, this is true. But the most difficult adventure for me, like also going up to the next camp, was for sure K2 in winter. But I knew that this will be the maximum I can try. The previous winter expeditions, for example, on Manaslu, I felt like really normal. So I didn't felt stressed somehow, or that it was too hard. It was just that there was snowing too much. So in 1 week, 7 meters, and there was no way to do anything.
So now I want to ask you about the mountain through woman's eyes, because mostly you climb with men. And I want to ask you, what is the difference between climbing with men's and women's team, if there are any difference, and why do you often choose men's team?
So, to be honest, the men are less complicated. You need to be honest. What do you think?
Okay. Maybe you have to choose some less complicated woman.
Yeah, you're right. No, I tried one time. It was quite a lot of years ago. And this, for me, was not such a good experience. So I said, no, I really prefer with men. And Simone, for me, was like, we had such a connection. We didn't need to speak so much. There was just like, this is your work, this is my work. Everybody had her part. And it was so nice because I really felt with him like a team. We always had more or less the same speed. We always reached together the camps. Then we put together the tent. He did the outside of the tent, me the inside of the tent. So it was everything like really clear. And then we put ourselves in the sleeping bag, changed the socks, and then rest. And this, I'm so grateful for this school of Simone, because I think it was the best school I can have. And so that's why I really like to be with him in the mountains. And after, when you go with somebody else, then you need to reorganize all this, you know, and then sometimes you think, oh, this was so much more easy, or, you know, it's some sponsors also asked me often, the next expedition is still with Simone, or do you want to do something by your own or with somebody else? It for me seemed nearly that they don't want that I go with him. But I understood that if you found your perfect partner in the mountains, then it's a gift, and you never know if this gift is coming a second time.
Yes, because it's very difficult to find, you know, very good partner which you understand in any part of the adventure of the expedition. So it's very important to choose someone who is perfect for you.
Yeah, but now in the meantime, I knew a lot of female climbers as well, and I think I can also imagine to do something with the woman. I would like to do, because I think it has a really strong impact, you know. Like the same style, small team, 2-3 person, woman, and, you know, all doing by your own. And
that's a great idea. Maybe you have to create some women expedition, you know.
maybe.
I saw that you were climbing with Caro Nord in Switzerland. Yeah, I was with Caro in the high mountain too. So Caro, I think Caro is perfect for the women's team too. So
yeah, I said to her, we need to do something together, because with her I really feel this connection, and she's such a nice person, and I really enjoy to. We just went like 2 days in the mountain, and we went a little bit to climb, but I immediately felt there are good vibes.
So maybe there is a chance to women expedition.
You know.
And what it feels like to be one and only woman in the team? Do you have any privileges, or on the contrary, you have to prove that you are strong and durable as much as men?
It depends where you're going. So, for example, when we went to Siberia to do this peak Pobeda, like for my team, okay, with Simone, I was used to climb, so there was not any difference. But for the Siberian guys, they just they never spoke with me, or they even never how to say. I have not the word.
Speak, talk.
They never
show.
Spoke, but they nearly did like I was not present there. And then it was like we needed to wait some days, and I said, what can I do? What can I do? Okay, I go out to cut some wood. And then I went out and I talk with you know, like for hours. And then this man, they went to Simone and the other guys, they said, Tamara is a strong woman.
Very strong.
So with this move, I got their respect. So
okay, thanks God. to be so strong, thanks to be so strong, you have a respect.
But normally I had never really problem, and I think that this is just because I grew up with 2 sisters, and for my parents, they never said to us, this is not for girls, or you should not do this. We met every day like the boys, and we fight together, and we play together, and everything. Also at school, every day the same thing. So I felt not really a difference. I always wanted to be stronger than them, you know? And that's why I never had this limit in my head. So I go to expedition. Of course, in the beginning, I knew I need to learn a lot. And then I improved. I started to organize my own expeditions. And I learned a lot all the time more. And so never a man was watching to me like, what the hell she want to do here, or something like this. yeah, they always say, oh, you're so strong, you are so fast, because then of course I choose my style, and it's a few women are having this style, you know. It's a pity, but yeah.
Yeah, because you are more like a man, not like a woman.
Because I saw that the woman, they say, no, I'm a woman, I can carry less. You know, this already, this thing limits you as the woman. So because you say, I'm a woman and I do less. Or
you can do enough. You can do the same thing like a man.
Or also breaking the trail or fixing the ropes or whatever. You can do everything. You just need to put the limit in your own head. And that's why I never did it, and I never had any bad experiences.
Okay, great. That's very good information. But what do you think? In which things women are better in the mountains? Which women's attributes or traits are good in the mountains, and, for example, better than men? We have something which is more, you know, better, which is...
I think maybe is this feeling, you know. There are some men like Simone, has a really good intuition, and he's really sensitive. But I think most of the men, they are more seeing the goal and sometimes pushing too much. Of course, in terms of numbers, I cannot know because, or I don't know, because there are a lot of men and just few women. So in percentage, who lost her or his life, now I have no idea. But I think the woman, if she feels this is not really right for me, then she prefers to go down and to attempt maybe a second time. Or maybe I'm just thinking about myself, and I never really inform myself how other women are thinking, you know, because you speak about some things, but there are also women, for example, I said I saw these things that a team went up, like also higher up in the mountain, then there was bad weather for some days. And if I would be there, I would go down as quickly as I can to be in the base camp during this bad weather. And some people, they want to stay up there to wait again the good weather, maybe because they don't want to go down again, because then they need to go up again. And for me, this is, I always want to be quickly and the safest possible.
Yeah,
so I don't know if a woman really has something.
I think we are more. Of course, I don't want to be, you know, say something in general, but I think that we are more reasonable, you know, and we always choose, like you said, we always think more and choose less danger situation, direction.
Yeah, maybe as I think a good combination is a man and a woman. If the pace is quite the same, then I think this is the perfect, because also in the tent a woman takes more care about cooking, about, you know, is the woman, and maybe the man is better to fix the tent. And you know, this like so, in home. So
so the team, the team is a great idea. So do you think, does the gender matter in the mountains?
No. Maybe if you are a woman, you can and you do great things, then maybe you are you can become more popular than a man, I think, because there are a few women. So in that, if we see it like this, then this could be a difference. In front of the god of the mountain, I think there is no difference, because the goddess or the god of the mountain will see every soul the same. So I don't see any difference there. No.
Yeah, but there are in the mountain less women. And it's interesting why, because we can we managed it. We can do that. We can go high. We are durable. We are strong enough, but still there are less women.
Yeah, I think it has to do, as I said before, with how you grew up. If your parents gave you a lot of limits because you are a girl, then you grow up with these limits in your head, and you think, I'm not strong enough, I'm not fast enough, the men are much stronger, so I cannot be in a team with them, and with a woman I don't trust because she's also not strong enough, you know. And then it's like one after another, and you say, no, it's not for me, I will not go. And because a lot of women are asking me, where is coming this courage from? So, and I said then all the time, please, mothers in this room, if you have a girl, please never give her any limits, because the woman, we are so strong, and if we give everything for our dreams, we are at least the same than men. And you know, the woman, they get pregnant and the woman need to give birth, so they are even stronger, I think.
Yeah. More durable, definitely, with pain, for example. Yeah, true. But have you ever felt some kind of discrimination or stereotype treatment because of the gender in the mountain during the expedition?
No.
So that's good.
There was just, well, I had one experience in Nepal where it was 2017 on Kanchenjunga, and I was with Simone in the small team, and we had in mind to do like the traverse on the ridge, you know, like the traverse of the peaks. And of course, we also needed to do our part, like fixing the ropes and so on. And we have been the first group there. So I said, okay, let's start. Let's put the rope in our backpack and let's bring up the rope, and maybe we fix some rope, and then the day after again. And there was like one day, it was really like this, that we had been not enough people that everybody just can take one roll of rope. So Simone, he came a little bit later, and he needed still to do some acclimatization. And so I said, okay, I will take 2 rolls. And then we started, and it was super heavy. I was, oh my God, this is super heavy, but I will do it because I decide to do it. And then we came down, and we had a rest day. I was laying there in the sun, and I was listening to the other women in the base camp, and they were just like, yeah, Tamara, she wants to do like the strong woman, and then they make a film, and after the corner she needs to throw down the rope because she's not able to carry. And you know, so I was so sad somehow, because I wanted to do at the end, everybody need to give his or her part to like fixing rope or whatever. And of course they were clients. So yeah. And so I was so pissed, because I said the jealousy in the mountain is not the right thing.
Yeah, it wasn't fair. Yeah.
No, but in general, if you think that the mountain is a place of peace, you're wrong, because what I experienced in my expedition, somehow it's just like, oh my God. And that's why I also said, for me, the normal season on an 8000er is no more attractive, because, for example, in this same expedition, one high altitude porter of another group was very like, Sherpa. He was really, really sick, and he was no more able to walk in Camp 4. And we said to his boss, we said, you need to do something. Maybe we call the helicopter. If there is no help, he cannot go down, and so on. And but for them, this life was not important. And so we had one Sherpa for our cameraman. Then at the end, our Sherpa went up to take this guy down. And I was so disappointed that, a life doesn't matter so much. And in general, like also the trash, they just took the trash and they threw it down above the rocks or behind the rocks. And I was like, we went then to collect the rubbish, and it would have been days and days more, because there is rubbish from I don't know how many years, and from cans to seats to tents to glasses, everything. And so for me, a mountaineer has certain values, but if you go there, you see that it's not like this. Also, like to help the other people, it's not like this, because if a guy paid to go to Everest, he will not stop because another guy is dying on the way. And this is really hurting my soul,
Oh my God, it's very bad.
Yeah. I understand, like, for example, when we have been in winter, you need to know that from Camp 4 to the top, you are alone, because you cannot ask to somebody to help. And when we came up, like, for example, Nanga Parbat, I really felt that everything is changing. We have been such a good team to come up here. We had a lot of fun. We laughed a lot. We worked all together. And in Camp 4, something changed. So everybody closed himself in a bubble. And you are becoming like an animal, like with your instinct, and you just look after yourself. But in that case, I can a little bit understand, because, or you need to understand it, because I would never ask, I will never count on a help of somebody else, because I know I need to go up, but to concentrate it on every step, because I need to help myself. I cannot ask any help, because everybody is on his limit. So we all need to be responsible for our own life.
Yeah, and still it's scary for me when I'm listening to it.
I never in my life felt so alone, like from Camp 4 towards the top of Nanga Parbat. I was speaking with God all the time, because for me, even though they have been like 30 meters distance from me, I never in my life felt so alone, because if you break your leg, is the end.
Yeah.
And this is really intense,
Yeah, you are dependent only on yourself, no one else. Oh my.
Yeah, but this is at one point is really like something big, something challenging. And after, if you can do it, like you feel like,
you are a god. You are, amazing. And,
you grow with every of these experiences. You grow, and then like it happened to me there. I went down without that they knew I went down, because I knew I need to save my own life now. So I went down. I had this fall, and I thought, oh my holy shit! So what I need to do now? It was already sunset, and I said I need to collect all my power to go back up to Camp 4. And a lot of crevices again, and I needed to be quickly. So I really took all from my body. And then when I came to the tent, I just was puking. But then you feel like, okay, I can manage my situation, at least now. And you feel more confident with your skills, and you know more about yourself. And this is really beautiful. Even though it was, even though it was a situation where I thought, now I'm dead, I was just waiting until I was in pieces found 3,000 meters more down. And even this, I was thinking during I was falling, I said, okay, if this is your will, if you need me up there in the sky, I will come. But till today, I lived all my dreams. So I have no regrets. And I was thinking about my family, but I said, okay, what I can do? Now it's time to go. And then when I stopped in this fresh snow, like I never had my heartbeat so high. I think it was 250 at least.
But do you think you crossed your line, moved your barriers to the end, or not yet?
No, if I would have crossed, maybe I would not speak now with you. So I turned around always before, I think.
Okay. And what is the biggest mountaineering dream or sports goals? Do you have some?
Yeah, it was to do a first winter ascent on 8,000. This was my big dream, but now it's over. And I need to search for a new one. And you know, the bad thing of myself, I recognize that I'm asking so much from myself. It was since I was a child, all the time. For me, the easy way was never good enough. I always wanted to suffer. I always wanted that it was hard, that at the end of the day, I was happy and satisfied. And sometimes this is so a pain in the ass, because you think you need to reinvent every day the bicycle, you know? So that's why now I need to think to a wise and intelligent new big goal, because the biggest I lost already. So now it's another one. I need to think.
I see. So I won't ask you about your plan maybe on next year, because probably everything is not. Maybe everything is possible, maybe not. It's depend on the situation.
Yeah, exactly. It's not ready right now inside me. And I know that if you go for a goal, you can just go for it when you are completely inside 100%. And if you are full of love and passion and motivation, and then also the training is not it's easy, you know, you can suffer for this big goal. What I want to do now in this next year, for sure, is again to do something good for other people. Like I want to return in Pakistan to my climbing girls, and I would go to do something in Africa.
Oh, great.
Yeah, maybe a big dream is coming true. I'm not sure right now because we are just starting to plan. But, you know, it's all about women. I want to help.
Great.
I want to encourage women and try to be an example and to help where I can.
Great idea. Oh my God, it's such a great idea. I support it very much from all my heart. Okay. So I have some question for the end, because it's almost 1 hour. Because I'm curious. Do you have some female idol, authority, female alpinist or Himalayas woman who inspires you?
So when I was young, like before I was starting with the high altitude, for me was Gerlinde Kaltenbrunner, the Austrian woman who did also all 14,000 meter peaks.
Yes.
I think also Wanda Rukiewicz is really, I'm sad that I never met her in my life, but you know, I think she was a really tough woman and
determined.
Yeah, at least strong as a man. I'm sure about this.
True.
And then, yeah, she was leading also the woman expedition and so on. So I really, she's an inspiration. Yeah.
Oh, great. That's nice to hear it. And maybe do you have some advice which you can give to another woman who is starting the adventure with mountains or climbing? If you could encourage another girls to climbing, what would you tell them?
So I think the first step of everything is that you feel this passion or the pleasure to go to the mountains. You know, this is the most important thing, because without this, you will not start. And then just train, but train whatever you want. You can, I don't know, running, bicycle, strength training, like everything you really want, because every physical exercise at the end is helping to go to the mountains. And the more you go, the better you are, the more experience you have. And of course, at the beginning, if you not feel safe, then maybe go with somebody who has more experience. Or, yeah, because sometimes people are writing me these questions. And or maybe they should join a course with the Alpine Club or whatever to start. And then one thing leads to another. But I think if somebody really wants to go for something, for a woman, everything is possible. I know.
Thanks.
And you know, even if it's a question of money, and this maybe is sometimes also a critical thing, you know, because maybe you say, oh, it's so expensive, an expedition or whatever. You know, I'm really religious, and I was talking with God since I was a child. So then I said, God, I need money because I want to go to expedition. Yeah, really. And then I said, yes, I will go to the expedition without having the money. But God sent me the money somewhere, you know?
From the sky, you got the money.
This is like mindset. If you want something with all your heart, you have a different vibration. You have different waves. And you attract everything which can help you to fulfill this dream. So you just need to go for it without any doubts. And you just need to act like this is supernatural to do, because of course everything will going well. And this is my secret. So I think even if I would need a lot of money to do something, I just send some message.
And again, money from the sky, you will get it.
Yeah. Because, you know, if you're like, I see if one person is really like fascinated or passionate about something, like this person is speaking with, you see it in the eyes. This is passion. This capture you. So I think this can capture also a potential sponsor, and then the things are growing and working and
it's so inspiring to hear something like that. I hope thanks to that, I will go to Himalayas next year. I'm dreaming about that, so maybe I will.
You want to go?
What?
You want to go?
Yeah, it's my dream, of course, but of course it's more expensive for me. So I'm save the money, and someday I'm going there. I will go there. Everything could happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so the last but not the least question. The biggest power of woman is?
On the mountains or in general?
In general. That we are a woman. No, I'm just kidding, but still, I think that it's strength that we are.
I think we can go through things which are really a pain in the ass. Like, for example, if you have our period in the mountains and you are with 3 guys in the tent, and then everything is just complicated. And so you can, if you really want something, you just, this is not existing. This is all, no problem. Just go for it. I don't know. I think we are really, if we choose something, we can be really determined. Is this the right?
Determined.
Yeah.
Yeah. When we are focused on something, yeah, I think we can do everything. And you shows to another girls and women that when you have a passion and if you really want something, you can do that. You can everything. You show that women can explore mountain without any problem, the highest mountain without any problems, and break and thanks to you, you show that the women break down all their barriers, can break down all their barriers. It's not any problem for them. So thank you very much for your interview, for your time. I'm very thankful that you agreed for this meeting.
No problem. Thanks to you, and I hope that we can inspire a lot of women. And thank you that you are so passionate about encouraging and empowering women. I think this is a lot of help you do for the woman. And so thanks to you, and I'm sure to see in the Himalayas if you decide. You just need to say, okay, next year
I'm going. It's not,
you ask money, please.
It's not so easy.
It's
it's more
easy.
complicated. Thank you very much. Grazie mille. Grazie mille. Grazie mille. Arrivederci. Arrivederci. Bye bye. Have a nice evening.
Thank you. Likewise.